Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenmara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer your mid-month bonus reading for the elemental energy of air for February of 2025. This is kind of a new thing I'm just kind of testing out right now to see if you guys like it. If you do, let me know in the comments down below and we'll keep going with it. What I would like to do with these readings is just go over a simple Celtic cross, bringing out any other information that God Source Divine and our guides wants to pass on to each of the elements. Right now we're working with air, and it's just a way to kind of tap in a little bit more, get a little deeper with what we're working on there. And this one is just going to be using basic tarot decks. I'm using the Tarot of Dragons right now. Air covers the zodiac of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So if you're Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or you have air high up in your charts, then this message is for you. We are starting off, and this is, when I say Celtic Cross, I'm using that as the outline. There's a couple of them that I've shifted a little bit to make it more functional for how I read. So, where you're starting off, though, is your significator. This is you, which is the Five of Cups. Air. Why are we worrying about things that didn't succeed when you have already succeeded in other areas? It's saying that it's time for you to stop looking at the failures in life, which air, you always are trying to get better at everything that you do, so sometimes you have to analyze failure. But what I'm hearing is this is not a time for you to be looking at things that didn't go well. What did work? Focus on the things that did go well. Focus on the things that did improve. If you need to analyze the stuff that may not have went so well, find out why it didn't go so well. What was the issues there? What were the things that did not look or turn out the way you wanted? Step back from a place of observation, because if you notice, the dragon here is not in the middle of the mess looking down. He's up above it looking, going, I wonder what I did there. Wonder why that turned out like it did. So analyze it, use that intelligent air mind, and really figure out what happened if you choose to look at those. Otherwise, focus on your successes. Those are the things that you have done really well and have flowed really amazing for you. So that which crosses. We have the Six of Swords. Again, they're saying that this focus on the things that have not went well is not helping you. Your success, if you look up here, he's carrying a little baby with him. Your success is in the things that worked. Your obstacle, the things that are crossing you, is really saying, and again, I read intuitively, so these aren't probably according to the book. There is a lot of your history that you've had to deal with. There have been battles, at least 6 of them according to that card, that you've really had to sort out. It could be the last 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years if you have, but whatever it is, there's been a lot of those things that you have done. You have the sword stabbed into the bottom of the boat, meaning focusing on that is going to sink your ship. You have got so many other things that you are succeeding at, and again, you've got whatever it is that you have been planning on. It's up here on the top. You're carrying the most important aspect of your life with you, whether that is a physical child, whether it is a creative pursuit, whether it is a growth of knowledge. You've gained a lot from the situation that's crossing you, so don't worry so much about the things that have went before. It's time to focus on your successes, air. Those are the things that are really going to highlight for you. Analyze the past, figure out what's going on, but do so from a higher perspective, not being involved in it type of a thing, like analyze it like you would a science project. Your higher self, which is that above you, is the Two of Swords. This could be a time for you to withdraw for a period of time. Protecting those emotions is actually healthy. That doesn't mean you can't examine the past, but it's really saying this is not a time for you to get too up in arms over things. Even if the stuff that's coming up is not healthy in certain areas, it's saying it's okay to step away from it. And that's where you're standing right now with the Five of Cups. You can analyze the past. You can understand why that happened, but you don't live there anymore. So focus on the successes. Your higher self is saying, maybe it's a good idea to go inside and kind of check in with yourself, air. Where are you at? How are you doing? Are you really looking to your successes? Are you looking at those things that have been going really well, or those happy coincidences that actually turned into something that was very prosperous for you, whether that's relationships, business, or otherwise? Take a second to just check in with yourself, is what the higher self energy is saying. Your shadow is the Seven of Pentacles. They're saying that you have been chasing perfection for so many years. Perfection is unattainable, so don't worry about that. Your shadow is bringing up this thing of you've been looking for perfection in finances. You've been looking for the perfect partner, the perfect job, the perfection of fill in the blank. But the dragon isn't reaching perfection, he's reaching for it. The shadow is saying, don't put perfection as an end goal. Put perfection as something that you work towards. The goals are underneath perfection. Perfection is no challenges whatsoever. Everything is just rainbows, butterflies, and unicorn farts. That's not where you're headed, Air. Your job, your destiny, whatever you want to call it, is to strive for the best you can possibly be. Perfection can be this image that you want to shoot for, but perfection should not be the destination because it's impossible to reach. And that's what your shadow is bringing up right now. Is you can keep thinking you're going to be perfect, but you're not going to. You're going to shoot and miss every single time. But if you work towards improving and becoming the best that you can, holding perfection as an ideal, not as a destination, you can actually do great things with that. So your history, the part of your past here, is the Ten of Wands. You have been carrying a burden in the past. It's been a burden that has at times burnt you. It has been a burden of leading to the successes you have, but you've had a lot of really rough lessons along the way. Wands can be very burdensome with their passionate, aggressive nature, and as you notice, this dragon's chained to his wands. The other dragons have been freed. The difference is those freed ones either have refused to do their work and learn lessons from them, so they just keep making the same mistakes, or they have already achieved the release of getting to the end of their journey and cutting those chains, allowing them to fly free. Your history is very much being bound by rules and plans, and these are perfection, and I must always go for that you've almost tied yourself up and grounded yourself. Air, you were meant to fly free. Find a way to go inside, according to your higher self, and figure out what your successes are and how you can learn from the things that didn't go so well. Your shadow is saying, don't worry about perfection. Perfection is a chain that will ground you every single time. So, your future going forward here is the Ace of Swords. This is your energy, and that's saying that you have so many new beginnings coming up. There is something so miraculously powerful that is waiting to be unleashed when you cut those chains of perfection and requiring perfection. But becoming the best that you can be is different, and when you are able to see that, free yourself from the chains of of the perfection mindset, it's going to show you that there's something new waiting for you. There could be a new journey, there could be a new level in a relationship, there could be a aha moment from source that is popping up at this time. So really look to your future as something new, a new beginning. Look at it from the successes of the Five of Cups, the two cups that are floating above, up there. That's where you're headed. So Air, learn from the past, analyze it as much as you want to gain the knowledge, but move towards your successes. Go with that flow that you have built up. We all have failures. That's just part of life. But don't let those failures, those imperfections, become an anchor that stops you from flying. Your future is all about starting new and flying away in beauty and prosperity. So your attitude, according to others around you, is the High Priestess. You have got a beautiful balance going on between the pillars of severity and mercy here. You are the one who has passed through the gate. You are the one who can exist in the most positive way right now. You have the ability to hear and understand your intuition. You have the ability to hear and understand, take this for what it is, the goddess in her most gentle form. The high priestess is the voice of the goddess. She is the one that has been able to walk into the room where the goddess resides and actually commune with her. That gains knowledge, but it gains intuition, and it gains a future path awareness. This is the energy that is your current attitude. And when you look at where you're at, this is the card that represents you in this reading. You have a lot of things available to you. Yeah, you've had some mistakes in the past, but where you're at is showing success. And so when the high priestess comes in, it's saying, why are you focusing on the things that didn't work? Use those as stepping stools. Gain that knowledge, because you have a future ahead of you. We will guide you, but it's going to be more of an intuitive thing. So your environment, where you're surrounding yourself, the people around you, basically, you have the Sire of Swords. The people around you are actually supporting you and helping uplift you. Is that a butterfly on his hand? There is. There's a butterfly right there. So your environment is actually really about, look at how much you've achieved. Everyone else can see it. They're not being exactly the most supportive because they're kind of putting you on a pedestal here too. But the other aspect of that is you also have achieved a lot. Your cheerleaders are saying, you did it. You went so much further than we may have thought, because we weren't sure where you were headed because you had so many things going on. But you've succeeded in ways other people didn't realize, and that has actually elevated you to a point. But when you look at your current environment, which is this guy, with your future, you have achieved a great deal by gaining the pinnacle. You're ready to start a new chapter. Launch off of where you're at, that top, and fly into this beautiful new future that is being offered to you right now, Air. There's a lot of move forward energy, but they keep going back to don't aim for perfection. Don't make perfection a destination, and release the past. You've learned the lessons. Lay that burden down. The lessons can be put into a scroll you can stick in your backpack. You don't need to be taking the weight of all the baggage with you. So your hopes and fears. We have the Sire of Pentacles. This is a little bit of divine masculine energy coming in, is what I'm hearing. And with that, your hope is for someone to guide you. You're looking up to someone who's been there before, trying to figure out how to make this work. Your hope is to find that teacher. Your fear is that you never will. What I'm hearing is your teacher is that aspect of your higher self. Your teacher is being able to go within and quiet your mind, quiet the storm that you may be feeling a little bit right now. Look to the things that help you grow. Look to the future. Take your lessons from the past. We all need to do that, but move into that future state. But what I'm also hearing is, with your current attitude and your hopes and fears, we have divine feminine, divine masculine energy being brought forward here. So you're actually being called to reconnect with the Lord and Lady, however you see the divine, in a balanced state. This is actually going to benefit you, and that's going to alleviate your fears of not knowing if you're going to have that teacher, into a state of, oh, I know I have that teacher, I just need to be paying attention. So your overall lesson, your full outcome for this reading, is number 8. This is the Strength card. You have conquered the things that you needed to conquer. You have now grown so much from where you started on whichever journey you're on, that you can analyze those past, but understand that you are now the one that is the master of your future destiny. You're the one who has been able to move beyond where you were. Air. Don't worry so much about the past. Do not make perfection a destination. Your strength is in your ability to grow. Your strength is in your ability to learn. Your outcome from this reading, Air, is really saying other people may not understand exactly what you're doing, and that's fine. You're kind of a mystery in a lot of ways because you're very intellectual. You want to stay in your head. You don't always advertise what you're doing, but this inner strength that you have gained from learning lessons of, yes, I failed. How can I learn from that? Move forward. Yes, I failed. What can I learn from it? How can I move forward? Here's my success, and this is where I'm going to continue to work. So what we have going on here is a reminder that even though things may not always be great, your history might have some major hiccups in it, Cut the chains of the emotional tie to that. Move forward in beauty and strength. I don't know why they keep saying beauty, but they do. When you do that, you're able to access those new levels of success, and that's when you open the doors to something new. With that being said, I will wrap this one up. I hope you guys enjoyed this bonus reading. Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions if this is something you'd like to do in the comments down below. While you're down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you guys in the next video.